Welcome in, and thank you for joining us on the Pay the Price podcast. This season is called Dawn of the Diliculum, and you are tuning in to episode 2. Now, you may have heard me say that we literally sit down and play without any prep work from any of us between shows, and I wanted to touch on that just a little bit before we get into the game. So, tabletop role-playing games, or TTRPGs, typically played with a game master who plays all of the different NPCs, and writes out the plot, storylines, or runs a pre-written adventure or module of some kind. Now, being a GM is a pretty big commitment, and it really is just a labor of love, but it's a lot of labor for whomever steps up to the GM plate. So Starforged can actually be played in a similar way, using what they call as a guide, but it's really designed for cooperative or solo play. So that begs the question, if we're all players, who's running the story? The answer is no one and everyone all at once. So when we sit down to play, none of us has any idea what's about to happen or where the story is going to go. On the fly, we narratively describe the situation and the results of our moves. So you'll notice that oftentimes one of us will make a move and then describe the results, positive, negative, or neutral. And then we just simply continue on to whomever is compelled to go next, or we actively will pass the torch, quote unquote, to someone else, depending on the situation. For experienced players, this is definitely a different, but I feel a breath of fresh air experience, especially for GMs, as it allows for everyone to carry the load together, and honestly, makes for some really interesting, dynamic, and engaging situations that you never see coming. For new players, it can be daunting and difficult to think that quickly on your feet, but Starforged also includes things called oracles, which are basically a collection of randomized tables that you can use whenever you're having trouble. Or you could always turn to other players for ideas. But we do believe that if you give it a shot and allow yourself some creative freedom with a good group of friends, you're going to have an awesome time. You can learn more about everything we've got going on and show your support at patreon.com/samuraibeat. We will have patron exclusive content, and we'll be publishing other shows as well and providing online tools that you can use to facilitate your own games. Now, all that being said, let's get into the game. My name is Chris Patu, and today I have with me the primary players of the Pay the Price podcast, starting with Mr. Eddie Fuentes.
Hello.
Fanfare.
That's right. Suspense.
The Guru, Roman Picardo.
Crickets.
No fanfare. And the debonair, Ivan Palaroan.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Hey,
All right, so before we start, guys, let's do a quick recap of last time on Dawn of the Diliculum. Our intrepid spacefaring crew set off to deliver some kind of wartime supplies, conflict supplies to an outskirts colony called Durango 5. On the way there, we ran into a faction called the
Forgotten
Union. Thank you. Called the Forgotten Union, sporting their purple and yellow colors. Now, they're just a bunch of, pirates, basically. Glorified pirates. And as they're about to board us, we set off with an attempt to break away from them. And in that process, we discover that one Goshi has some very mysterious and interesting abilities that we had not seen coming. Also, we encountered totally unexpected flesh-like ship things going on, horror stuff going on all over the place. Nobody knows what's happening. And then it just vanishes all of a sudden. So the crew tries to make a quick escape, get away from that weirdness. And then in the process of getting away, now Duke is experiencing weird voices. And suddenly he's getting called from an unknown voice that only he can seemingly hear. And the crew decides, well, at Duke's behest, to go and investigate because it is the voice of his long-lost wife. And that is confirmed by a vision that Luz has. And of course, Luz has never even seen her. So the plot thickens, and the crew is now on their way to figure out what's going on over there. Roman, you want to set up the scene for us?
Yes. So, during this time, I'm going to start the scene with a flashback to about almost a year earlier. Location undisclosed. And here we find Goshi lying in a medical bed. He has an IV drip going on, but two bags. One is clear, the other some sort of translucent green. And then he also has a tube pumping oxygen into his lungs. And then off camera somewhere, you hear a conversation. One voice goes, "He's stable for now. Giving him another large dose of the Emags will certainly damage his brain, especially the prefrontal cortex." Says a female voice. "Did it affect the implant?" Another voice goes in, "Damn the implant. He was almost killed by that dosage in the experiment." The female voice answers, "The primordials are probably laughing at us." The third male voice comes back in. "Patient 54 is one of the few who volunteered first because we said the implant would enhance his abilities. Thank goodness that psychological indoctrination helped the group of test subjects too. They lasted a little longer than the others." The first male voice goes, "He is an exceptional adept without the implant. Maybe that's why he was able to tolerate the high doses of Emags and why he was the only survivor of his group." The male voice, "Finding the ancient schematics of this tech was a boon. If only the data about its capabilities wasn't so corrupted." The female voice comes back then. "We are so very close." "Continue with this detoxification regimen. Send a memo to all tech managers to reiterate to all their adepts to observe EMAG overdosing, usage of time limits, and detox protocol. We cannot afford our adepts to burn out or worse." Both male voices say, "Yes, tech counselor." "Wait," says the tech counselor. "Maybe our testing protocol is too narrow and restrictive. Maybe the subject needs more time to adapt with the implant. Get the subject rehabilitated, and continue his training to normal operating standards. Let him know, let him believe the test results were underwhelming, disappointing, and that much of the information about the recovered tech was unobtainable. When all is ready, give him an outside assignment. Then observe him without his knowledge. Let us see what happens if he naturally evolves with the implant." The two male voices say, "Yes, tech counselor." Proceed to have the next batch of test subjects ready. In fact, have the next 3 groups prepared for experimentation. I have a meeting with the High Chamber in a few months and need more positive results for them to keep investing in this project. We are so very close. And then we fade back into the crew of the Diliculum.
After some shady business.
Yeah. So with that said, we're on the bridge of the Diliculum, and having entered the course, the correction course that Sparrow put in, and the 3 other crew members are still a little bewildered of the captain's actions.
So, Captain, can you tell us where are we going exactly?
Duke looks off a little bit, kind of lost in thought, and he says, I actually can't tell you that. I have the coordinates, but I don't know what we're going to find there."
You expect me to believe that these coordinates just came out of thin air?
As much as that voice did, yeah.
I've seen weirder things happen.
I know it's a lot to ask, but like you said, stranger things have happened.
Luce looks over at Goshi with a side eye.
I've actually analyzed our past encounters. If you are interested, I can give you a potential reason for what happened.
You can tell me why that ship had flesh on its walls? I'd love to hear that.
That I can't tell you. Your guess is as good as mine. But how things happened, I've analyzed that simply because it was my abilities that did certain actions, which I did not understand. But having had some time now, and analyzing it, originally all I wanted to do was detach the tethers and the bridge from our ship. Um, I do not have the capability to wirelessly access their systems or any systems for that matter. Yet I thought I could. My conclusion is that whatever phenomena caused the Union's ship to be physically altered was also the reason their ship's engines, power, and life support were affected. It may have affected me as well. However, if you still do not believe me, well, that's why I made an iron vow not to use the ship's computers without the captain's express. Speaking of which, I'll need a little bit more rest. I was in the middle of my detox protocol, and I had to take a dose of my meds before all that before all that happened. So, as you can see, my withdrawal symptoms are starting up again. I'll later have to take a self-diagnosis to see if my abilities have been impaired.
Well, I think we've got it from here. If you need to rest, by all means.
Permission to leave the bridge, sir.
Mm-hmm. He nods. And then he looks at Luz and Sparrows. So, what's your take on what we saw?
Honestly, Captain, I really still can't make of anything. I'm still kind of shaken about what I experienced on that ship, seeing what Luz and I saw on that ship. I can't explain to you in detail how it just terrifying it was.
I could only see a part of it from the outside the ship. What exactly did you see?
Captain, the minute we got in there and we turned on the lights, the walls were of this pink flesh tone. And with every deep breath that we took, you could feel the walls ebbing and flowing as if the ship itself was breathing. I mean, frankly, when we got in there, we only had one goal, and that was to get to communicate with you guys. So we ran like hell through that. By the time we got to the bridge and made contact with you guys, everything was gone. No trace, no sounds. It smelled different. Like it was like nothing had ever happened there.
If it was just you two, you'd think it would be something isolated to that ship, but I saw it too. We both did over here.
Well, I guess that's just proof that we're not crazy.
Or we're all crazy.
That is another way of looking at it, yes.
Do you ever experience any visions of that kind of nature? Anything like that?
As you know, when I took this job, Captain, I'm a seer. I've seen many, many a vision, but I have not seen that. I know what I'll be seeing when I close my eyes tonight.
If not for what just happened, I'd probably agree with you. But given our current circumstances, I think my mind's going to be elsewhere.
Just so we're all clear, it's the first day of our journey. We've run into pirates. We somehow took out their oxygen. There was flesh colored in the ship that everyone saw. I had a vision, and now we're following ghosts. I don't think you paid me enough for this, sir.
Well, I'm not taking you back anywhere, so if we're going to renegotiate, we're going to have to do it on the way.
I'm open to that.
But I do appreciate your trust. if that's what we're going to call it.
Let's get to our destination and we'll see.
All right, pilot, you want to give us a roll?
I will give us a roll.
See what happens.
We're doing what are we doing?
Now we could make this a progress track with an expedition.
That was the next question I was going to ask. Where are we on the progress? We technically now have 2 progresses tracks.
What was the first one?
Deliver the shipment.
The original delivery.
Okay.
The original one, which is one of the vows. And the other one is now the ghost, dealing with the ghost.
All right.
Yeah, it's like making it to the next set of
The
coordinates.
So that would be undertake expedition.
Give it a name and a rank. What are we going to call this destination?
Let's call it Lady of the Lake.
Lady of the Lake, yeah. Good one.
Find the Lady of the Lake.
Yeah.
All right. I guess we can keep it at default dangerous for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, since we don't know anything.
All right, Sparrow.
Okay. Coordinates are set, Captain. We are on our way. Rolling expedition.
Ooh, are you going to choose speed, keep under the radar, or be vigilant?
Well, Captain, how urgent do you want us to get there?
5 years ago, if it's up to me. But I'll leave it to you. We are certainly under very unusual circumstances. So if you choose to slow down for, safety's sake, I'm not going to complain.
Considering we had to makeshift our engines there at the end, I think we should stay vigilant, Captain.
That sounds good to me. I can always continue working on those on the way.
All right. Bam. Weak hit.
You reach a waypoint. Envision the location and mark progress per the rank of the expedition.
Okay. But weak hit, suffer costs en route, or face peril at the waypoint.
And what is our waypoint?
Okay. All right, Captain, we're coming up on our first waypoint here. It seems to be the Tenzin outpost.
Oh, we're passing the Tenzin?
We're passing the Tenzin, Captain.
I really hoped we wouldn't have to go past that place.
Do you have prior history here, Captain?
I do. I'm surprised you don't.
You wouldn't happen to be talking about a certain somebody, would you?
Well, I don't know. That all depends. Who are we talking about here?
Well, last I heard, Captain, there was somebody that I knew who seems to have an out for me. And I last heard that he was around this area, so he could be on this outpost.
I did my homework, but not that much homework. So, no, we're not talking about the same thing.
Okay, Captain.
But being hunted and sought by people that are from Tenzin is nothing new to me.
Yeah, Captain, I might have gotten a little doohickey in prior history, so just letting you know now.
All right, well, if you can keep us off their radar, we might be in luck.
We have to do the peril at the waypoint, right?
I think so.
Or
yes.
Are you doing the suffer move?
You can choose. Yeah, which one do you want to go with?
Let's do. I'm gonna go with what constitutes as a suffer.
Any of the red ones.
Yeah, suffer move. Could be damage to the ship.
Ooh,
or
yikes.
Harm, loss of resources. Lost momentum also counts, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. So, because our ship is slightly damaged and we had to kind of just slapstick it together to get out, I would say we're kind of low on some like fuel resources here. So I think we should stop by and refuel and resupply, Captain, here at the outpost.
No offense, Captain, but there might be somebody that can do a better job on that engine, too.
I'd really like to avoid stopping at Tenzin, but I don't think we have a choice. I think you're right. It's too risky to try and go on the field that we've got. So, yeah, take us in.
All right, Captain. Tenzin, this is the Diliculum. We'd like to dock port for resupply and refuel.
Tenzin to Diliculum, we read you loud and clear. You are clear for Bay 13.
13, wonderful.
Copy, clear for Bay 13, Diliculum. All right, Captain. It'd be about 5 minutes till we're docked.
How much time are we going to have while we find somebody to do these repairs?
Well, let's see what's available to us.
Hey, Sparrow, can you ask them to, send somebody?
Yeah, I can ask. Tenzin, this is Diliculum. Do you have any personnel that could come take a look at our ship? We've been slightly damaged on the way here.
What's the model of your ship and what's damaged?
We are...
Let's get a name.
What kind of ship are we?
Okay.
We are, I think
We get to roll
we
that
rolled
now.
that we're a carrier ship.
We are a carrier ship.
Courier.
Courier ship. There you go. Courier class.
Courier class.
Yeah, we can go with that.
Okay.
Why not?
Right? Didn't we roll that?
I believe so.
Or am I making that up?
I can't remember.
I know. I'm not sure either.
All right, we'll go with it, though. Tenzin, we are a courier class ship, and we have damage to the left engine.
Heard, Diliculum. We'll send somebody over to meet you at the dock. So then, I was just going to say, so we pull in to the Tenzin outpost, which is pretty grimy, dirty, not very well kept, very mechanized, gears and pistons, loud sounds everywhere. And as Sparrow pulls the ship up into the bay, you see this small creature, probably 3 foot high, super 2 foot wide, and a face that looks like all the features have been smushed in. And he's waiting with a bag of tools.
I want to do I'm trying to think. I want to do some kind of roll to see if we get spotted by anyone.
Oh, by the people looking for you?
Yeah.
You could always just make it like a clock.
Well, let's do this. Let's do a roll for a straight percentage roll. What are the odds that the guy that we talked to knows who we are? Knows the ship?
It's one of those.
The radio dude?
Yeah. So,
okay, I'm down for that.
Okay.
What are we thinking? Decent odds?
Well, it seems like you two have the history, so I think you guys should determine what the probability is that we would get caught.
Which is the...
I'm thinking...
Oh, there you go. Ask the Oracle.
I think from me alone, from my history and the ship alone, it's a 50-50.
Okay. I mean, that would be the most recognizable from afar,
Right.
is the ship.
All right, so I'm going to say...
Over 50, 51 plus, you're good. 50 below, no.
All right, roll is a 40. It's a no. We are not good. All right, so I think now we can start a clock.
All right.
So off of that roll, he recognizes the name of the ship, and he's going to tell someone. So
maybe it's this person waiting at the bay.
Maybe it is. So I'm going to say we get a clock going on. Whomever. I guess it would be my history would be bringing this person around.
Yeah. And what's the time? 4, 6, 8, or
Ooh, it's a good
10?
question. I'm gonna say 4. Let's make it 4.
Okay.
Because we're not planning to stay long.
We weren't, depending on how bad our engines are.
And if, they really are going to come for me. So,
Okay.
yeah, let's make it a 4 o'clock. Okay, so who's in my history here?
Ooh. Digging deep.
I'm going to say there's another courier. There's a courier group. Let me make it a courier group that operates out of Tenzen that is in direct competition to me.
Oh.
Well, obviously we all kind of compete, but
rival?
Yeah, because we're kind of in similar, territories, we tend to come up against each other very often for competing work and stuff like that. And Duke had... So part of his reputation is he had actually outdone them, like a basically 2 competing jobs, and what Duke did beat them out.
Oh.
And so that his side and his client were able to, to get what they wanted instead, and that kind of put a bad reputational mark on this other group. And so they've never really forgiven Duke for that, and they're always like, you better watch your back.
Do they have a name?
That's what I'm looking for right now. Let me just grab a name from the Oracle, because coming up a little blank right now. How about, unless you have a name, you'd be totally fine. That seems a little too close to the...
I got, according to Stargazer, Akim Lontok.
Oh, for a name? I'm trying to get a name for the group.
Oh, for the group. Faction group, then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got Teddy. Tedi.
Teddy.
Go for it. Keep it. Keep
Teddy.
it.
Teddy.
I am. Oh, anyway.
Duke and the Teddy. Coming to CW next year.
Greatest rivalry
Ever.
Turns out to be a comedy show. The Eben Reavers. How about that?
Ooh.
What is
Eben
that?
Reavers.
Eben Reavers is what they call themselves.
Eben Reavers.
So they do lean heavy, like military type contracts.
Oh, okay.
And I basically put a stain on their reputation because that's what Duke does.
Nice.
All right, so if this clock proceeds too far, they will be coming for us. Unbeknownst to us.
Unbeknownst.
We are now targeted.
And that's also going to be a 50-50?
I think so.
Or is it a likely?
Well, it shouldn't be a 50-50 because you're
likely.
Yeah.
Likely. All right, then.
Because you've been spotted.
Yes.
Yeah, they are very much motivated to come and...
Not that you would know.
Not that we would know, correct. So it's not that big of an outpost then, so they'll easily get to us when they get to us.
So is someone going to go outside to talk to this gerbil, or are we letting him inside the ship?
Gerbil. Yeah, I'll go out and talk to him.
All right.
All right. Good old Tenzen, eh? What's your name?
Sir, my name is Thump. I'm here to fix your ship.
Thump?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, Can you please show me what the problem is, sir?
Yeah, you done a lot of work on couriers? I mean, they're not advanced or anything, of course, but...
Sir, please do not allow my size and stature to fool you. I am very skilled and knowledgeable in what I can do. So if you could please show me.
I'm not trying to say not trying to imply you're not skilled. Just
the implication was slightly there, sir, but it's fine. I think we can move past it at this point.
Okay. You know what? Sure. Right this way. And so he takes him out to the back of the ship. It's my ship, of course. I was trying to do some repair work on it. So it's a little jerry-rigged.
Sir,
right
I have
now.
located the problem. Can you please show me inside to your systems? And I can take care of this. You guys can be out of here in 30 minutes.
Oh, 30 minutes? That's great. And, what do you charge for this 30-minute? Could we expedite it in any way, Mr. Thumb?
30 minutes is pretty fast to fix an engine, sir. If you think you can find somebody that can do it faster, you are more than welcome to do so. The fee will be charged straight to your account.
Okay, all right, well, fair enough. I'll leave you to it then, Thumb.
Thank you, sir. Thumb skiffles away into the back part of the ship. And you just hear like wrenches and metal pieces, nuts and bolts, that kind of stuff.
Do you are you gonna need like a step stool or something?
Sir, that is very offensive, but I will allow it to pass.
I'm trying to be helpful. No, it's not. No, because it's a big engine. That's all.
I understand, sir. I see that you have clearly noticed my stature, but you have not noticed my grip. I will be fine. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
Yeah, that little animal is pretty weird.
I mean, if he can get it done in 30 minutes, I'll take weird any day.
That's fair. I guess 30 minutes to chill while we get refueled and get this engine fixed is good enough.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a couple Z's.
Should we roll the first?
Yeah.
The first
I think we
clock.
should go ahead and roll that beautiful bean footage.
Let's see. And we said likely is 75 and under. Equal to or less than 75. All right.
Yes.
Oh, it's a 3. All right. 1 tick. We are so screwed.
Okay.
Right.
So.
All right, you're going to get some Z's, okay?
Yeah, so Luce retreats and disappears from the bridge.
Okay. So yeah, I guess Goshi wakes up because he hears all the noise coming in from the engine, and he goes on to his personal radio. Yeah, Goshi to Captain, over.
Yeah, what is it, Goshi?
I just wanted to know what's our status. I hear noise in the engine room. Over.
We are docked and we've got a technician working on it. So with any luck, we'll be out of here in less than an hour.
Copy. I'll go ahead and run a self-diagnostics to see if I'm okay. Over.
Roger that.
Boom, boom.
So wait, are you going to keep going?
No, you can go.
Okay. So Duke comes up to Sparrow, who is kind of, double checking everything in the cockpit, locking everything down, and making sure the docking is all good. So you've got some history here too, huh?
Yeah. Somebody might be looking for me. An investigator of sorts.
An investigator?
Yes.
You don't strike me as the criminal type.
That's the thing, Captain. I'm not. I don't know why he's after me.
Interesting. He's pursued you before?
He's came close. He was asking around something about my past. I'm not really sure of. I was just caught up in some organizational, almost like bust, but it wasn't really. I was lucky enough to get away, but I think he's trying to hunt down who I was with.
Now, if I remember correctly, you don't remember much of your past. Is that right?
That's right, Captain.
So do you think it was this person's looking for you for something during that time that you can't recall? Or is it more recent than that?
I feel like it's recent, Captain, but I don't know if I can trust this guy.
Thump quickly walks in from the back. Excuse me, sir. You see this capacitor here? It's clearly been fried. I need to go get another one. I'll be back in 5 minutes. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Thump. Man, he's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad for a, guy of that stature.
It's a creature, right? It's not.
I mean,
it's a gerbil.
to each their
it's
own,
space,
Captain.
Bro.
To each their own.
Can Duke roll a 100 dice and tell me the number?
80.
Okay, go on.
All right. What are you plotting over here?
Should we roll again for the clock?
Maybe when he gets back.
Okay.
So wait. So this guy's looking for you, but you're not entirely sure why.
Yeah, that's right.
Is he trying to arrest you? Detain you?
I don't know. Last I remember, Captain, I was just working, with a couple of friends. We were out salvaging some ruined ships, and then this guy just kind of shows up, and I don't know, just things happened, Captain. I was scared and I ran away.
He was violent.
I mean, he was pretty threatening. He had his weapon out. It looked like a knife of some sort. I don't know. He looked like he had some other stuff too. At this point, I don't even know if he's truly an investigator.
But you're certain he came from Tencent.
I'm 100% certain that last I heard he could possibly be here.
Should we start another clock?
Can Sparrow roll a 100?
Roll 100. Okay. 74.
Dope.
I'm very afraid of these rolls. We could do a percentage. What are the chances that this person is here?
Oh.
And then start a clock.
Yeah, that's another again, what was it? Ask the Oracle, roll on the odds.
Yeah.
It's either likely at 75 or almost certain at 90.
What do you think, Sparrow? What are the chances this guy is actually on the ship, on the station at the moment?
I'd give it a 50-50.
50-50? All right. You can drop a 50-50. 50 and below, 50 and below is a no-no. He's actually here. 51 and up, and we're good.
89.
Oh, we're good.
We're good.
Nice. All right, he's not actually on the station. Okay.
The person you are trying to reach is unavailable. Please try again later.
Well, we're a motley crew, aren't we? We got weird adepts doing weird things. Got ghosts, people having visions, everyone's getting chased. Should be good times.
Can Goshi roll a 100, please?
Rolling 100. Stand by. 44.
Perfect.
Dang it.
Perfectly bad.
Dang it.
So you start wondering where Thump is, because it's been about 10 minutes.
Right.
And down the long corridor of the bay, you see Thump rolling, obviously very short apparently. And from the, because, it's all mechanical, there's a lot of hissing and gas everywhere. As Thump gets closer to the ship, you see that maybe 10 yards behind him are 3 armed guards that are also coming towards the ship. At that point, your systems lock on the ship, and gas starts coming out of the air vent.
Damn that thump.
Oh.
All right, Duke is like, damn it. Sparrow locked the ship down, as in like lock down the functionality and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to get the other two. We need to get out of here.
Aye, Captain.
So Duke is running towards his quarters and raising Goshi and Luz on the walkie. Like, yeah, we've been compromised. Stump has called the authorities, and he set up some kind of gas system. We're getting out of here now.
Okay.
So Luce does not respond.
Oh.
Luz. Goshi, are you there?
I heard you, Captain. If they're gassing us, I'm gonna put on our personal environmental suit just in case. Over.
All right, you work your way off the ship. I'm going to check on Luz. He's not responding.
Copy. Going off ship. Over.
So the systems on the ship are not working. It's locked. Gas is filling. You're finding it harder to breathe.
So Duke gets into his personal quarters, puts on the personal environmental cover. He's only able to get the headpiece on, which gives him limited protection, And he grabs his what do we call the material again? The black iron?
Black iron, yeah.
Yeah.
Grabs his black iron knife and a handgun, a pistol, and then runs over to Luz's quarters. Tries to get the door open and meets some resistance because the ship's systems are shutting down. So he has to sort of pry and wedge the door open. Runs back to his room, grabs a crowbar and another tool to try and force the door open. And when he manages to get it open, what does he find?
When he manages to get it open, he finds Luce already in the suit, but meditating amongst the gas. He's taken off his personal comm system, which is why he wasn't listening to you. But he finds it easier to meditate in a quiet environment like the helmet. So he turns and says, Crafton?
So Duke is standing there with it's just a helmet. It's like, it's kind of like, I should have known. He's like, we're going. We need to go now.
Okay, whatever you say. So Luce gets up and follows the captain, and we all meet at the bridge.
Yeah, or near the exit.
Yeah. One of the portals where we docked.
He Luce raises Spare on the walkie. Open up the cargo, because that's the opposite side from where they're approaching from. Open up the cargo bay door if it still works, and we'll get out for that way. Otherwise, they're going to be right on top of us.
Captain, I've been trying all systems and everything seems to be locked. We might have to open it manual.
That's fine. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Luce
Captain,
grabs-
you want me to try? Although I have to have your permission to use the computers.
I don't know if we have time for that. Let's just get over there and crank them.
grab a crowbar.
Copy.
Let's go.
All right.
All right. So let's. What should we say here? Well,
Would that be
Don't we have to roll?
facing danger.
facing danger, I think.
Oh, facing danger.
So let's say that we get to the cargo door and the systems aren't working, the electrical's not working, so we just have to manhandle this.
Yeah.
So we gotta roll for strength, which we all are garbage at.
Is heart the equivalent of strength?
No, it's iron.
Oh, iron.
It's iron. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not looking good in that department.
Well,
No, we are
who
not.
wants to roll it?
Well, Sparrow's.
I
He's the-
I'll
No,
put
but
this.
Sparrow's at the front of the ship.
Oh, that's
That's
true.
true. That's true.
It's got to be one of us.
All right.
I mean, I would leave it to the monster hunter.
Who's the monster?
Oh, that's right. We're not doing that anymore. I'm stuck in the other game.
We are the monsters.
We are the monsters.
It's my ship. I'll do it.
Who are you talking about, Captain?
Yeah, I don't know.
The gas
I'm
is
going
affecting
crazy.
him, guys. The
I'm
gas
already
is
getting
affecting him.
loopy
We
in
need to
here.
open
He's
this
living
door
in a
fast.
different world.
I'm getting loopy.
Somebody get that man a suit.
Yeah. All right.
All right. So go ahead, Captain.
Let's see.
Yeah.
How do I do the straight roll for? No, we're doing the face. We're gonna do this as the face danger roll.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So with strength, roll plus iron. It's a weak hit.
Okay.
And actually, let me see. Nope. Even with my momentum, was not be enough to get past that. On a weak hit, you succeed, but not without a cost. Okay, so we do manage to get the door open and pry it down in time. However, let's make a suffer move here. I'm going to endure some harm.
Ooh.
How about that? When you face physical injury, suffer -1 health.
Do you want to tell us what happened?
Oh, strong hit with a match.
Ooh.
Does that give me anything?
Nope.
On a strong hit, choose one. Shake it off. You're not wounded, or embrace the pain. Take momentum. So Duke runs over to the crank, and he starts releasing some of the locking mechanisms that are there to keep the cargo bay door up and locked. He's disengaging those, gets them all off. It's like these huge metal clamps and cranks. He's running from side to side, and then once all the locking clamps are disengaged, he runs over to what essentially looks like a giant crank wheel. that just kind of eases the a hydraulic tension that's in the pistons that are keeping this door up. So he's cranking away at this huge wheel type lever device, and in the process of doing that, it's constantly applying tension, so it's like fighting him the whole way, and he loses his grip on it momentarily, and it does a round, and it cracks him like right in the chin, and so as it hits him in the chin, and his face flings up, but he's able to grab the bar and keep it from kind of completely winding back up. And he takes a moment, and you're all watching him like, oh my gosh, it's hard enough it could have knocked somebody out, right? But he's grasping on to the thing, kind of mustering up his strength, and then he just, after a second or two, he just shakes it right off, and he opens up his eyes, and then he just starts cranking away at it again. And so with that extra effort, and with kind of shrugging off the hit, he's able to get the door down in time. So as the door comes down, the gas starts to sort of flow out of the ship now with the open air. So it's starting to flow out and come out of the back of the ships, and have this big cloud that's starting to form on the other side of the ship as Thump and these authorities are approaching from the front.
So, do we run or fight for the ship?
That's a good question. If we stay and fight, there's going to be more than that.
Where are we going to run without a ship?
It's a good question, too. I have history on this station, but I don't know it all that well.
Captain, I think we need to do whatever we need to do to leave here with the ship now.
Are we all in agreement?
Sorry. Yeah, I'm not a fighter. In fact, I don't have a weapon on me.
Well, that's fine, Goshi. What we need you to do is find the mechanical connection that was severed and get this ship back online.
Oh, Captain, do I have your permission to...
Absolutely.
All right. So I will go ahead and use the computers.
Before you do that, would we call this a scene?
I think so. Definitely.
So when you face an extended or complex challenge, name your objective and choose a rank. So we're going to set up a new progress track for escaping this situation, right?
So begin this scene.
I'm also going to roll the Eben Reavers clock.
Yes.
See what happens there. 32. Ticks again.
Oh.
Oh
Dang.
joy. Oh
We're gonna get
joy.
Gonna get surrounded here.
We can call it Escape Tenzin Station.
Is it Escape Tenzin Station or Escape
Tenzin Outpost.
Outpost.
Outpost? Oh, sure. Why not? Boom, boom, boom.
I'm going to call that Formidable, given our circumstances.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I guess I'm gonna try to secure an advantage.
Oh, well, this says activate a
Or-
4-segment tension clock.
Mm-hmm. So I'm assuming that did they see that we opened the cargo?
They might not have seen the door open, but they're
The
definitely
smoke,
seeing the
right?
gas come out. Yeah.
Right.
Because I was gonna say we should just stay inside
Oh, we could.
because we got the masks.
Duke's kind of struggling.
Yeah. Yeah, he hit himself with that crowbar. All right. So, with that said, I guess in order for me to access the mechanicals, secure an advantage.
Yeah, I would say so. But
Yes.
before that, so it does want us to activate a tension clock.
Oh, I
Should
thought you did that
we-
already. Got it.
Should we say something like Tenzin is going to lock down the bay
Yeah.
if we don't get out there
Yes.
fast enough? Okay.
Right. Avoid lockdown.
I mean, I think we got to make it likely, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
they're kind
Make
of
it
in
likely.
control right now.
Absolutely.
Right.
All right. We need to come up with a plan.
Do you want me to release the docking clamps from our ship? Or
Yeah. I mean,
How about just getting the ship back to where we can control anything?
yeah.
oh, okay.
Kind of sever that control that they
Sever
have.
the lockouts. Okay, sever the lockouts. All right. So with that said, secure the advantage. I will use my expertise. I am using wits, and I will use. Can my tech? When you make a move to reconfigure, optimize, or hack. Got it. So I will use another +1 for that. Crossing fingers. 3, 2, 1. Weak hit. And momentum wouldn't do anything, so I got a weak hit.
On a hit, you are successful.
Alright, good. There you go. And then choose one. I will take the +2 momentum.
Okay, so you have gotten us control again.
Yes, we have control of our
The
ship.
entire ship? So we got like full control of our ship?
Sure. Why
Right.
not? Well, that's they locked us out of our ship, and now we regain control. So
But we're still under their
we're
clamps.
we're still under the clamps, which I can't do anything on our end.
So thinking quickly, Luce turns to the captain and says, we shouldn't turn anything on the ship. They have no idea that we have control of the ship, and that can be our element of surprise. Captain, you're looking pretty rough. Maybe you can sneak out through the cargo door and ambush them as they come into the ship. Sparrow and I can meet at the airlock, and when they come in, Goshi can cut the doors, lock half of them out, half of them in. We just take them out.
Okay.
He gives you a thumbs up because he's trying not to breathe, and then he kind of sneaks his way out of the down the cargo ramp, and then finds a place to hide while they make their way to the ship.
All right.
Luce gets on the radio. Ksh, Sparrow, meet me at the airlock with your guns.
Okay.
Should we roll a time clock?
Oh yeah, we gotta roll the clock again.
Copy that, Luz. I'll see you there.
Who wants to roll? Who's feeling lucky?
I haven't rolled yet. I'll roll since I haven't rolled anything yet.
All right.
What is it? Just 100?
Yep.
I got a 5.
Oh, I'm never lucky.
That's so
That's
low
one.
it should count as 2. Okay. All right. We're starting to hear the mechanisms for the lockdown go into effect.
Mm-hmm.
Duke is looking around like, crap, we are running out of time. They're gonna lock us in here.
So it's 4 people at the airlock, right? Thump and 3 other like armed guards. Thump is clearly the leader here. and the one in charge of all these people. So he's outside, and you see that he has like this radio receiver type box in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
And he says to the armed guards, "Go in there and get him. I'm going to stay out here. I can't do well with the smoke. It gets in my sinuses." And with the press of a button, the door opens up and like billows of gas come out. But these 3 guards don't seem to mind at all, and they walk in.
I mean, I think it's enter the fray time. Or does somebody else want to make a move before we do that?
I think we're pretty primed for...
So yeah, we have control of the
Entering
ships.
Were you meaning for Duke to engage, like, as they're going in, or as we split them up?
As we split them up. That way,
Right.
Duke can take care of the Thump, since he didn't come in the ship.
Right.
Yeah.
And Sparrow and I will take on 3 people.
All right, so I think maybe we do a move for Sparrow's timing.
Mm-hmm.
Like securing an advantage, I suppose.
Oh.
Or do we call that just face danger in the scene? Because that'll determine if we mark progress or not.
Oh, that too.
So you're saying to face danger from Sparrow's perspective to get to the door on time?
Well, if he successfully cuts them up,
surprises
splits them
them.
up, yeah.
Well, that would be Goshi, actually. Because Goshi is in control of the ship systems. Sparrow's not at any controls because it's coming to meet me.
Oh, got it.
Okay, so I would have to make secure, or for me, since I'm not in any danger, I guess to make secure an advantage again.
Well, you're reacting to an imminent threat.
Yeah, it's an imminent
Right.
threat to us. I think you could do face danger.
Okay,
I would even
so-
say with speed and agility,
Okay.
since
Okay, so-
since it's a timing thing.
Yeah, it's a timing
Okay.
thing.
Timing thing. Okay, say let me look for the face. There it is. Face danger. So since it's a timing thing, agility. Excuse me. It's edge. Yeah. Roll the edge. Okay. Edge. Oh joy. Something I'm not good at. Okay. Rolling. Standby. I can't. So I'm using the computers to lock them out.
Since we only have control of our own system,
Right.
basically you're just closing the door on them.
Okay, so
trying
I
to
can
divide them.
use my tech ability again. Configure, optimize, hack, or disrupt an electrical system. So yes, I can do that
I
again.
think so.
Excellent. But unfortunately, I'm using edge because it's
So
a
we're
time.
trying to. Are we just cutting the 3 off from Thump, or are you trying to split the 3 also?
No, I think the 3. I mean, if I remember correctly, the way we described the ship is that there's the cockpit area, the bridge area, and the cargo bay. Like, it's not that big. So I would imagine that they're going to be together.
Okay. So edge +1. All right, here we go.
Here we go.
And I got a miss, but I think I can burn
Oh yeah.
my
I hope so.
momentum.
Hey, it's fun if you don't.
I
Yeah,
sure
it's
hope
fun if you
so.
don't. So I burn momentum, and it's a strong hit.
Nice.
Type of
All
momentum.
right. Okay.
Mark
you are
progress.
successful and mark progress. I will mark that.
Excellent. Now, and so face danger.
Nice.
All right. So you do successfully cut them off.
Yes.
I guess Sparrow and I should enter the fray.
Yep. You guys want to go first? You want me to go first?
Up to you.
You guys can go first.
Go ahead, Sparrow.
All right, we will enter the fray. All right, Lewis, is it only the 3 of them
Yeah.
that you saw? Okay.
Now here's a quick question.
Yeah.
Since we're doing this as a scene, could we do this as face danger
Oh.
instead?
I think there's merit to that.
You know, because if we do enter the fray, it's unless we consider any combat progress as the same as scene progress. Yeah. Maybe we could do it that way.
So for formidable, it's 1 box per success.
Yep.
Would that make it too easy if every move we do? Well, I guess each move, somebody could die off of 1 move, right?
Yeah. Yep. It could happen pretty fast.
Okay. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I think we do it that way, right? So if you're doing combat moves and they apply to that goal, we can mark it. I think that works.
So we would use the combat stuff, but on wins mark.
Shouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good question. Okay.
I'm good with that.
All right. Sorry, Ivan, go ahead.
Okay, so Sparrow, who's kind of like on the corner of where the main hatch is, pulls out his pistole and looks at Luz and says, "All right, we're taking these dudes out, right? For sure.
No holds barred.
All right, say no more."
It's your black iron pistol?
My black iron pistol, my heavy duty. So that would constitute as they're basically caught in a trap.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I was.
Okay.
Yeah, preparing to act against an unaware foe.
All right, so I will roll wits.
Oh wait, I think caught in a trap would be if we were caught in a trap. But the one above it, preparing to act against an unaware foe.
Oh.
Okay, I got you.
So
got you.
technically, you are in control then. Okay.
Do we need to roll that?
Yeah, I mean that's what this roll is basically. It will tell us if we're in control or not.
Yeah, I would say shadow applies.
Okay. Strong hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
You are in control.
Take +2 momentum. And we are in control.
Well, you are.
You are.
Oh,
I rolled a 5 previously, so who knows? But here goes. Strong hit. All right.
Yeah.
see, we.
All right. I see you. I see you.
All right. Okay.
You want to describe what happens, Sparrow?
All right, so so Sparrow pulls out his gun, and as the 3 guards are walking in, the door closes behind them, and to their surprise, they're caught pretty much unaware that we had reclaimed the ship's systems. And in their moment of confusion, Sparrow takes 1 shot towards the frontmost guard and hits him square in the chest. And as he's falling, he looks at Luz, who is hoping that, he could also shoot some other... what's your weapon? I forget.
So I have knives and pistols.
Knives and pistols. Okay, so I'm hoping you also have your pistol out. So he looks at Luz with like a side-eye grin. He's like, yeah, we got him.
So I think normally enter the fray tells you if you're in control or not.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then you would strike.
Then we
to
would
make
have
that
to
shot.
strike.
Yeah.
Oh,
But we
then
can
we
keep,
strike.
we
Okay,
can
okay.
keep that in there. It's fine.
Like it can be we did something like if you shot him in the chest, maybe it didn't kill him. You know what I mean? But like,
He's probably armored up.
yeah, you
Yeah.
probably ruined
Hey,
his armor.
He's a pretty hefty dude.
Hefty.
Those hefty. dudes.
Hefty.
So yeah, so do you want to do that?
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
go with that.
So as Luce sees Sparrow squarely hit this super big boy and is left there stunned, Luce lets the second person pass, and when the third person comes in through the door, takes one of his combat blades and just sticks it through the person's foot with such force that the blade kind of gets stuck in the metal a little bit, which hasn't killed them but has incapacitated their movement. And then I guess we can go to the outside.
Duke sees the door close down, and then Thump looks over with surprise, and he starts fidgeting with that device that he has in his hand, as he's now suddenly confused as to why he doesn't have full control of their ship, and he's just banging on the button trying to get it to reopen again. He's like, why is the door closed? I didn't tell it to close. And as he's fumbling with that and like looking up at the door, down at his device, up at the door, Duke sneaks out from his from his hiding spot with his black iron blade ready and is entering the fray. So I'm going to say also Shadow? Is he still unaware?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, it's a strong hit with a match.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Again, with no extra benefit.
Ah.
Take both. So 2 momentum and in control. Momentum is looking great right now. And I will roll the strike. I'm in control and assaulting at close quarters, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Going iron. Can you? I want to show you a screenshot of this roll. It is a strong hit with a match again.
What?
I rolled a 1 on the die, which means my action number is 2. so both challenge dice came in at a 1.
All right.
Wow.
Whew. So strong hit. Again, see, I'm not getting any benefits from these matches, man. It's killing me.
You got to do it when it counts.
I know. No, he's peaking too early. So it's a strong hit. We get to mark progress twice. Dominate my foe. So Duke comes around, all stealth-like. Thump is way too busy trying to figure out this whole situation. And then Duke manages to get right up behind him. And he takes his sword and kind of positions it over the controller. And just as he's hitting this button, he pokes the button with it. and he's like, you lying little shit, right? Because you're gonna need a lot more than a stepping stool when I'm done with you. And he drives the blade down, and since he's so short, it's basically running like right through his collarbone. And he just drives it right down through the ground.
Like,
Yeah, technically, that's a lethal blow.
Yeah. You don't mess with the Duke. Pulls out the blade, flings off the weird creature guts, the space gerbil guts, and then he radios Sparrow. Sparrow, open that door if you got the chance. Oh no, I'm sorry. Goshi,
Okay.
go ahead and open the door.
To the airlock, you mean?
To the side, the one you just closed.
yeah. There
Oh, okay. Airlock. All right. Since I'm in control, do I still need to do a roll since I'm not in?
I don't think so.
I don't
Yeah.
think so.
So just say it's opened. All right.
Yeah.
So as the airlock opens, you see the 3 armored dudes, one with a bleeding foot, the other one with a hole in his armor in the chest. And I'm going to strike.
Oh, yeah.
So
Strike.
since we are at close quarters, it'll be iron, which is terrible, but that's fine. We'll see. Strong hit. All right.
Yeah.
On a strong hit, mark progress twice.
Twice again. Yeah, we're moving along.
Yeah.
So, Luce had one of his blades like in a kneeling position through the foot of the third guy. And as he pulls that knife out, he cuts behind the knee so that the foe drops to their knees, and then grabs their head, pulls it back, does the slash through the throat, and they, with no words, no emotion, and one guy's down. Do you want to give it a go, Sparrow?
Okay. I guess I will also strike plus iron. Bam. I have a miss,
Oh no.
but that's okay because I think I can burn.
Burn, baby, burn.
All right, burn for a weak hit.
Okay. Still mark progress twice. Okay.
twice.
But you're in a bad spot.
But now you're in a bad spot.
So Sparrow, after seeing Luz kill the last guard in the back, takes up his gun for another shot at the first guy because he had only just broken his armor. So he aims for the first guy, but The second guard happens to throw like a knife from the side because he was kind of behind the first guard. So he throws a knife towards Sparrow, and Sparrow, seeing it last second, kind of dodges. But as he's like dodging, he kind of trips over like loose wire on the floor, and he basically trips and lands like right in front of the first guy that he shot. So he's like basically at his feet, just laying there.
Oh man. Okay. Ooh.
That is a bad spot.
Let's do some rolls for the clocks.
Ooh. I'll roll the lockdown clock.
All right, go for it.
And 82.
Oh, all right. No movement there. I'll roll the other one. 34. Keeps on counting. One more, and the Reavers will arrive.
All right. The Ebon Reavers.
Did you want to make a move, Goshi, before?
Let's see. What can I do from my... I can't do anything outside the ship.
Our goal is to escape.
Try to escape. Oh, okay. If we're gonna try to escape, and I do have permission to use the computers, maybe I can, with the ship's weapons, target the clamps so we can get loose. I'm securing an advantage.
I think so. So even this would be a little bit of an unusual adept on this particular ship, right?
Yeah.
Because usually somebody mans our guns.
Right. I can do it from the... let's see. I gotta bypass this, bypass that. I should be able to connect from here. And... all right, so I will use my expertise to try to access the weapon systems. So that'll be wits, and because of my tech abilities, +1. All right, here we go. Strong hit.
All right.
So +2 momentum for me. And okay,
+1.
I have access to the ships. All right, Captain, I have access to the ship's weapons. Do you want to try to blow off the clamps?
Well, you did.
Oh, okay.
I think that strong hit means you did.
Okay, fine. Fine. Captain, I'm blowing off the clamps to see if we can get away.
Fantastic, Duke says as he's stepping into the ship now. Yeah, so he's coming in through the door. Smoke's still kind of blowing its way out around him. He comes in, and it takes him a second to kind of get his bearings because he's, just getting the scene of the room. And he sees that he sees Sparrow stumble down as the weapons on the ship are firing down the clamps. And he's already got his knife in hand. So he's going to, in that moment, he's just going to flip it around in his hand and throw it at the what are we calling them? Guards? At the the guard that's standing right over Sparrow, trying to take him out. So that will be a strike at a distance. Yeah, man, I'm terrible in combat. All right.
I think we all are.
That's fine.
Here we go. Edge. Oh no, it's a miss. I definitely need to burn. So my momentum right now is sitting at a 9, which is fantastic. That gets me over both. So that's a strong hit. If I burn, I'm going to burn momentum and go back down to 2. So strong hit. Mark progress twice, dominate your foe, and stay in control. So marking progress twice actually puts us at 10 on the track. So whenever we're ready, we can make the move to get on out of here.
Yeah.
So Duke tosses the knife up, try and be kind of cool and stylish with his attack. Almost fumbles it in the process, but manages to get it at just the right spot. that he's used to throwing it at, because this is his special weapon. He just launches it right at the back of the guard, and it comes spinning through the air. And because it's black iron, it gives 0 Fs about the armor that he's wearing. And it just plunges right through his chest down to the hilt, so that you've got a couple inches of, well, more than a couple inches, but you've got, Sparrow looks up, and as the guard is about to make basically a coup de grace on him, the point of the knife comes right out through the front of his chest, and he falls and slumps over to the side. So Duke comes back over, rips the knife out of his back. He's like, I think I am paying you guys enough. And he starts flinging off that blood from his knife too. And that leaves us with an immobilized guard and the other guard, right?
Right.
No, they're all. That was the third one.
Oh, there's one left, right?
It was on that.
Yep.
So we could, if somebody wants to make a final move to get us out, we could resolve him and the escape all at once.
I think that's a job for our pilot.
That would be me.
All right, let's do it.
The
Get
pilot.
up.
Get up there.
All right, Sparrow, get us the F out of here.
Yeah, thanks,
So
Captain.
you can do
Oh,
finish
while
the
he's-
scene.
All right. So I'm rolling the die on the progress track, right?
It should, if it's at a 10, yeah, you can. Yeah,
Yeah.
just roll.
Okay. All right. Strong hit with a match.
Oh, are you serious?
Let's go.
Yeah.
Dang.
We just teleport there.
Exactly. Dang,
Yikes.
no benefit from the match again. On a strong hit, you achieve your objective unconditionally. So you also take out this third guy before getting us out of here. So how does that go down?
All right. So after Duke takes out the one guard, Sparrow gets up and quickly aims his metal pistol at the final guard, and channeling his gunslinger in him, aims for the head and just blows one bullet just straight to the temple, and his head just explodes. And so he looks at Duke and Luz, and he says, "Well, I think that's it's a job well done." And
Duke is like, that gun is amazing.
So Sparrow's like, "Thanks, Captain. I think we should go."
Yeah. Well, let's get on out of here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna see myself to the bridge. This, whatever you saw, just let that sit in. So Sparrow runs up to the bridge, and he starts firing up all the systems, and he starts re-entering the coordinates that we had originally placed in for Duke. And so he's firing out the systems, and fuel's all good. Calls up to the captain and says, "Captain, I think we're gonna head out here at full speed. So I think everybody should buckle on down."
I guess Thump wasn't completely useless after all.
And so Sparrow fires up the engines, and they pull out of the dock, and at hightail speed, they just head on out to the wilderness of
I'm
space.
gonna do one quick roll here for this class. All right, I rolled a 21. So as the ship spins around and starts pulling away from the dock, we see the large dock doors at the end of that go into the outpost. Basically, they open up, and there's a whole gaggle of what are they called? The Ebon Reavers there, and they are up in arms. There's probably 10 of them showed up, and they're all decked out. They got their guns. They've got some restraints and everything, and they're charging towards the ship as we're making our exit. And you can tell they're just furious that we managed to get away. Thanks for tuning in to Dawn of the Diliculum on the Pay the Price podcast. Dawn of the Diliculum and the Pay the Price podcast are products and trademarks of Samurai Beat LLC, which is a fan-funded organization made for you and made possible by you at patreon.com/samuraibeat. We seek to entertain and enable adulting gamers like you, and we appreciate your support, your confidence, and your inspiration. Thank you.